Hi, chat. Whoa, I hit a button. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Whoa, what button I hit? Okay, I figured it out. We're all good. Hi, everybody. Let me hit the big button. Hello. How's everybody doing? Let me make sure everything's going good. Everything's going good. We're all good. Hello, chat. We're doing more art today. We're doing art. Have I done? When was the last time I did an art stream? I don't remember. Whatever. It's been a bit. And we're doing one. And I think it's fun, even if I don't have anything to my name. Even if all of my possessions. Even if I watch them slowly dwindle away. Right before my very eyes. Hello, chat! Art some new clothes. I mean, as fun as it would be to have other outfits, that would cost money. That would cost me real world money. And because I would have to do that. That is, I do have like other ideas. I do have. You goof, but I'm like, man, if I could afford other outfits, I have ideas for those. But yeah, today, chat, we are doing some little fun moments. We're doing more art. We haven't done an art stream in a while, I don't think. We haven't done one since... No, I guess we did do one last month, didn't we? I don't know. I think we're at the time of year where I'm like, man, I want to do art more often, you know? I should do more art streams. That time of year where I'm just like, man, I like art. Art is fun. Will we see the yes, your numbers? Someone's thinking about art fight. Honestly, I keep thinking about it and I'm like, man, art fight this year specifically, I'm not thinking about my OCs at all. I'm at a point where, with a lot of my OCs, where I want to, like, redesign a whole lot of them. But I'm just like, man, it's gonna take me a big effort to do that. 45 stream streak, nice. Yeah, I'm like, even like my main OCs, I'm like, what if I change the entire plot? What if these OCs that I've had for over a decade, what if I change the entire plot? And thus and also like the entire setting, thus irrevocably changing it, and also like getting rid of a major character. I'm like, man, I was able to focus on those ones for a bit because I was like, which one will die? The one that I'm truly just like, the entire time I've been like, man, I suck with this character, you know? I've really been inspired a lot by Genshin Ninja OWO. Just like the amount of fun that they've been having with their OCs. Just like seeing them have a good time and being like, cause I was a big fan of their Prism stuff. No, not even Brandon! No, not Brandon. Brandon has a personality and I love him. Oh boy. Let me tell you, Lee, only person who knows my OCs, let me tell you, Snow has been nothing. Snow has been so nothing for so long. Only person who knows my OCs, she's been so nothing for so long. I either have to, like, reinvent her entirely, or get rid of it. Thought I was being coy about Snow. Ish. Snow was vague. You thought the mystery, but no. Yeah, the mystery was there, and then I didn't have an exact answer to it. I was probably gonna, like, leave it intentionally vague, because I don't fucking know. Which, I mean, I know is a thing. But it's like, I don't know whether I'll do that, or whether I'll figure out other stuff. But, you know, I got a bunch of other stuffs I want to do with them. And it's like, if I and I can't even, like, turn to my other OCs to be like, well, I don't want to... You know, if I don't want to focus on redesigning these right now, I can focus on my other OCs and have a good time with them. Chat, the reason I was so focused on those OCs is because I have been like that with every other group of my OCs. Every single one of them I want to come up with, like, brand new ideas for and, like, fully reinvent. So I'm truly just like, I would love to do art fight. I don't think I'm gonna update any character reference sheets. Or anything like that. I mean, I'll see if my ones for Mack are up to date, I suppose. But, you know. I truly am just like, I would love to draw other people's OCs. That sounds really fun. I don't know what I'm gonna do about my guys. I have so many ideas for my own guys I gotta, like, think about, and I'm just like, man, I got other shit to work on, you know? That's what this stream is. This stream is me being like, we have to set aside some time to specifically make me do this art because I've been focused on other stuff. I want to do this. Don't think you're touching your revs. They're severing your whole rev stay. Yeah. I'm truly just like, yeah. I don't know. I got a lot of stuffs I wants to do. I have so many art ideas and so little time. That's why I'm like, maybe I should do art streams more often, you know? That way I can, like, force myself to work on something. And I'll be like, hey, here's my ideas, let's fucking go. But yes. I mean, these aren't going to be extreme ones today. We're not doing anything too extreme. We're working on thumbnails today. We're getting back into the swing of things. Going and doing the thumbing and nailing. I have various ones that I need to do. I have quite a few that I need to do, in all honesty. Some of them, you know, are less prescient than others. I gotta do a Monster Con thumbnail. I gotta do a Beastie Ball thumbnail. Gotta do an Enna Dream Barbecue thumbnail. Gotta do one for our Just Chattin' stream a week or two ago. And we gotta do one for today, but, you know, I can probably just use the art that I'm doing today and then just, like, mash it all up. Those are the ones there. And those are the ones for VODs. I also need to do thumbnails for the videos that me and Lee have been editing for the main channel. The first one, and I think even maybe the second one, are fully ready to go. I just need to do the thumbnails, and also, like, titles and descriptions and all that. And in an ideal world, I would be able to do, captions, but I don't know if that's going to be possible, unfortunately. Because the videos are just so long. They're just so long, and it's like, man, if I do that, I want these to be up, you know? Maybe at some point I can come back and, like, edit them. Like, maybe, like, I'll edit the captions, like, bits at a time. And you're gonna draw the stream, but you'll do up 3 fully soon. Hell yeah. I thank you again, Lee, for helping me work on these. But yeah, had them later in manageable chunks. Exactly. Just slowly little bits of them. Because the videos are pretty long. They are still, like, they're one chapter for each video, is how we're doing it for these. Maybe in the future, you know, maybe I could turn, like, one stream into multiple videos. I don't know. It really depends on the game, I suppose. It depends on the game, or maybe even an art stream in the future. Who knows? I don't think. Anyway, I'm gonna change the song now. We're going from Sans, we're going over to 10 hours of lo-fi video game beats by Helynt. Helynt is the person on YouTube who posted that. I don't know if I've ever said that. We're doing that, and we're gonna go over. I'm gonna hit the button. We're gonna do. That's the wrong button. I'm smart. We're on this screen, where we're gonna do, I think, starting off with MonsterCon. I want to at least, you know, get some ideas in here. I grabbed some references beforehand. I also grabbed, you know, like, game logos and stuff like that. In case anybody doesn't know, you can, like, if you have a game on Steam, you have the logos. If you pull up on your files and you go through there, you can find them. It's like Steam, App Cache, Library Cache, and then there's a bunch of numbers. If you find the numbers in the game's URL, then bam. I don't know. One thing I do whenever when I don't try too hard on a thumbnail is I put the logo big on this side. I do this sometimes when I do try hard, but, you know, sometimes it doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to be done. Logo big on one side, and then just I'm over here on the other side, and I look a little bit like the game. I grabbed a lot of references for this game because I do love Monster Prom as a series. I don't know if I don't think I'm going to like fully copy the style, but I think like there's some good ones in here to like reference at the very least. Oh, I also have the header here as like a concept if I wanted to do one of the chibi versions, I suppose. But over here we have Zoe. We have Zoe from MonsterCon, and I also grabbed Zoe's original design from Monster Prom. So, like, as an idea for how the art style changed over time. And also, you know, now that she's on T, you know, she's filling out a little bit. She's not, you know, super thick, but she's put on a little bit of weight, and I love that for her. She's not as fucking stick as she was. I do love, you can see like how well the poses have changed a little bit here. Another one that I have for that, I have both versions of Vicky. We have Vicky here, also known as Blue, from Monster Prom, and then over here from Monster Con. You can definitely see the big art style improvement here. Hello, Waffle. Even though they're doing like a very similar pose and everything. Look at like the difference in the hands. Oh my god. Look at the difference in the hands. Wow. Pasta water. You know what? This stream I'm gonna treat pasta waters as a save reminder as well. I think when I'm doing an art stream, I'm gonna use those as a reminder to save. I haven't really done much on this yet, but you know, just to get in the habit of it. That's that there. I also grabbed for reference, I got April because I like her colors a whole lot. I love her colors and vibe a whole lot. April's one of my favorite characters, from the new game. I've been playing it a lot in my personal time. Let me check here. I have now 31 out of 51 achievements. That's 60% of them. Earlier today, I got one that 0.9% of players have gotten. Now, granted, this game came out only, like, I guess a little less than a month ago. So, you know. But I've been going crazy. I love them. I have been trying to get all of the secret endings right, and like, I've gotten most of them. I've gotten both of Liam's, I've gotten both of April's, I've gotten, both of Nico's, including, or have I gotten both of Nico's? Or, yes, I've gotten both of Nico's, and of the one Nico one, I have all 4 variants of that ending. I have both, secret endings for Zoe. Did I already say Liam? I think I did. I have both secret, I have almost all of the secret endings, right? Except for one, I don't have the carcinization ending, where you turn into crabs. And I don't have either of Doug's endings. Doug is my favorite character from MonsterCon, and I cannot get it to trigger one of his secret endings for the life of me. Whenever I play, I always play 4 characters, right? I always, like, have, like, one on, like, each different little thing. It helps me, like, play many at once. And for, like, the last million playthroughs, like, one of them has always been going after Doug, and I've not once gotten a Doug secret ending. I've not even started a Doug secret ending. One fucking day, I will get Doug. I will get either of them. Anyway, all that to say, I love this game and I've been playing it a lot. I have 21 hours in it currently. I have 21.6 hours in this game, and you all witnessed me play it for the first time. And then we have, I also grabbed Scott Howell, because he's a dog. Not a lot of good dog rep, because he's not very dogular. He is a werewolf, but he's not incredibly dog, you know? Not in the way that Valerie we have as Cat. We have Valerie. This is part of the reason I grabbed the ones from the original games, is because Valerie's art is from the original games. I know that Val is one of the DLC characters for MonsterCon. I don't know if she has updated art in that DLC. I don't have that DLC, but I couldn't find it on the Monster Prom wiki. So I grabbed the newer ones as well as the older ones for both Zoe and Vicky, so I could like compare and see like what would be different if they drew modern Val. And also, speaking of cats, I did grab Juan. Juan the magical Latino talking cat, I believe, are all of his adjectives. There he is. Now, I did grab this version of Juan. I didn't grab the buff Juan. I don't know. He has the same head on both versions. I feel like the energy is good enough. It's funny how both of their cats are purple, and I'm like purple cat as well. I don't think I had that in my brain when I was doing this, when I was making myself, you know? I don't think I had that in mind at all. I think that just sort of is a coincidence here. But it's neat. But yes, those are our references here. Looking at all these guys, it is, while like checking all of them, I did notice, make like a mental note that like barely any of them have like a human skin tone. Like of the main guys, you got Scott, you got Amira, the Coven, I think Aravi has a human skin tone. I haven't looked at Aravi in a sec. But I'm just saying, like, I'm probably gonna have to make myself purple and yellow. I wonder if I should make myself, like, calico? Calico type? I don't know, or at least, like, spotted. Because, you know, dogs can also be spotted. I don't know what I am here. I brought it up when talking about, like, drawing me as, like, more, like, I guess I think I've always described as, like, more furry versions. Where it's like, you can do whatever. I can be a full split, I can be a womp, you know? You can do whatever. Just there's parts of it that tend to stay consistent. I guess let's move all these guys in this folder over to the logo side. Let's just bop. Swoosh all over there. Like, who should I mainly be using as reference here? I don't know, I'm definitely gonna be using Zoe for hoodie reference. Man, I'm like so zoomed in on myself here, and I'm just like, I remember getting these reference images, I was just like, damn, I should really grab somebody with like basketball shorts. As if you're really gonna see that. I'm not drawing a full body image here. I really love, I love her eyeliner. I'm gonna move these guys below. I do still have her wiki page open, and she does have like pretty like kitty mouth, you know, like normal person on the side like that, but she's pretty kitty. So I think I'm gonna like keep that as a as a thing. Yeah, they do like the little nose bridge and stuff. It isn't just flat. Well, I mean, I immediately think of like the two guys here that are, well, I mean, even Zoe has like, even if like it's overall flat, there's those lines there. Where's April? Okay, I guess I'll look at Vicky for this here. Maybe. No, keep the blue. I'll keep the blue color. Now where's Scott? Little nose. I tend to do like a nose out approach. The nose is good for measuring. Okay, let me grab Val again. I like the little... There we go. Can I get a good Scott image here? Yes, you do have the teeth. I don't know, something like that. Or maybe I should just do the little closed smile with a tooth poking out. Okay, let's get somebody... We can look at April for eye ref. I'm not gonna try to match it super closely. It would take me a lot of effort in order to match the art style incredibly closely. Hello, Mercury Love. We're drawing thumbnails for the VOD channel, and I'm working on the Monster Prom one. This is not how the proportions really work. You know what, sometimes I don't try to go for, exactly the style. Sometimes you just gotta do the vibe, you know? Let me get rid of that little selection so I can save. I do be artin'. Sometimes I don't even do the, making some sort of dog cat. Exactly. Some sort of creature here. And she does have the little eyelash things I have. I mean, I have 3 of them though. That's my power. My power is that I take eyeliner and then I draw 3 lines under my eye. Okay, the eyebrows are pretty much just a line. Love that. Aw, man, I do not like this, but you know what? You know what? I don't care at this point. I'm going for quantity over quality a little bit here. These are thumbnails. People are gonna look at them, but they're not gonna be studying them, right? Sometimes you have to be about that with your art and be like, people, I'm gonna be staring at this for far longer than anybody else is gonna be staring at this, you know? I'm the one who has to sit down and make this. Okay, so you do the ears a bit like that. That's fun. Fun cattier like that. Now granted, I don't have modern Monster Prom art style cat ear in front of me. I don't think the cat-made outfits from MonsterCon have made it onto the wiki just yet. Unless I pulled up the game and I went into the art gallery section. But you know, I don't know if that's... I feel like my jaw's a little too square for the monster art style. They got pretty anime jaws. Here we go. I truly, the amount to which I try to copy art styles depends vastly from thumbnail to thumbnail. Sometimes I don't try at all. Sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm doing my art style, but I'll grab some stuff. I'll grab the colors from the game. That's what I did for Cassette Beast, is I was like, I'll do my art style, but I'll use Cassette Beast colors. Sometimes I don't try at all. Sometimes I go and I try to match it real closely. I think I tried real closely on the On the Smile for Me thumbnail and on the In Stars and Time ones, I think are the ones that I tried the most with. I don't know. I like doing art style studies, but I can't. It takes a lot of work to get it to look actually like it. And, that is not something I'm going to do for a thumbnail for a YouTube VOD. If I'm working on something like an actual finished, beautiful, great piece of art, maybe, but not for these. Look, y'all, the VOD's channel ain't monetized yet. We don't qualify. There's my little guy. I don't know why I'm doing such a big neck lean. I'm looking over. I'm peeking around the corner like a Scooby-Doo. My posture sucks in this art. I think that's fun, though. It's always fun to draw characters with bad posture. I hate to be setting a bad example for you. I knew that was going to happen. I kept waiting for it. Ba ba bow. Womp a bump. Weep a bop a bop. Okay, that's me. That's me base. That's me torso. That Feelwind torso. Yeah, let me also... Yeah, you are a little fluffy. You're pretty fluffy. Just everywhere. And I admire that. You also have whiskers. I also want whiskers. There we go. Here we are, your little circle times. I'm gonna do the arms on another layer, actually. Let's do this in another layer with another color. Wah 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 wah. Excellent. The orbs. Your standard shoulder orbs. You know how it is with the orbs. Now what are the arms gonna do? Ain't that the question? They're gonna do this weird pose that I always put them in whenever I don't know what they're doing. That one's just going off to the side a little bit. And this one is going back here. When I don't know what to do with the arms, I just default to this. If I'm drawing a character from about this high up, this is what happens. It's the illusion of a good pose. Who actually poses like this? Nobody. That's why it's an illusion. I trick you into thinking it might look cool or dynamic, when in reality, I'm just sort of standing there. Granted, I'm not trying too hard to trick you. Look, chat, I have a lot of thumbnails. I have a lot of thumbnails to get through here. I want to get a couple of them done. Yeah, there's the arms. I merged those layers. The arms are there now. Now I'm faced with the question that I always have to face when drawing myself. Are there titties, or are there not? I don't know, maybe. I don't know. I guess there isn't like... Didn't change too much. Yes. Just fucking big anime titty. It's like, I guess this is just how they're drawn. If I only use this one reference. Only looks at April's massive bunghongalongas. I love just making up new ones. I'll get to that later. I'll get to that when I'm drawing the clothes. Let's work on the hair, I suppose. Okay, does anybody here have hair that's... Hey, y'all got tentacles. You're a cat. Your hair is very straight. Your hair is very straight. Okay, so I guess we got Vicky and we got April here of the guys that I grabbed reference of. Oh, granted, the characters I didn't grab reference of, also not really. Let's see here. I think we can do... I think leaning into the heart, really. Leaning into my little hair heart in the front. Looks a little like a horseshoe. Looks a little like a horseshoe in this. I can zoom in more. I always forget that I can, like, zoom in more than I do. I think that's a product of having spent most of my, like, not most of my life, but most of my, like, recent, like, the most, like, art stuff that I see from other people tends to be from Drawfee, where they don't zoom in, because that's how their video formatting works. I'm just so used to it. I just forget that I can. I have my own... I have a reference image of myself. You can barely see it in the top right corner. I have a reference image of myself always pulled up because I never remember... Yes. I always forget, like, where this part of my hair, where it curves. I always forget if it's, like, in the middle of the eye or below the eye, or... It's in the middle, but nearly at the bottom. I'm looking at April's little doohickeys here. I like her little doohickeys. Okay, thinking of this Monster Prom way, though. I think I want these to be really volume. You know what, chat? I'm gonna say this. You guys can go... This is how I will decide whether my drawing of me has boobs or not. When I get to that part of the drawing, whatever I currently have on stream is what I will do. So if that is up to y'all to have a war over. That is not my responsibility anymore. I will say, it'll take me a bit to get there, but if you want to get anything preemptive in, now's your chance. Let me look at... Okay, she has just like a solid line. I'm looking right here at like the under bits where the hair goes up. Okay. Because I know on me I got like little lines like that. I want to do like big volume here. Like this is not, you know? Like I want these to like not make any contact with my head. So that like, you know, the whiskers don't overlap with anything. But do these like detract from the ears is the question. I'm just like, how, like, what about this? It's a little... Trying to, like, line this up because my head is sort of tilted in this drawing. I love just looking over, I love doing a glance at chat and seeing that a mod had to ban someone whenever I didn't even notice the bot. Because it's just like, oh, scary. Something happened here. Big pincers, yeah! My big pincers. The bots are a little bit of, like, enrichment, you know? It's a QuickTime event. That's the fun of streaming, is it comes with free QuickTime events. Can you ban the bot spamming a malicious link in time? I'm not... Artificer, it's not a call-out. It's not a call-out to you. It's being like, whoa, Lee managed to get one while I wasn't even looking. Is this anything? I'm like, do I get rid of the second front bang? Or do I do it different? Yeah. Yeah, you're... My excellence is not your negligence is a beautiful statement. It is enrichment. Yeah, get bumping buttons on a mod hits him before I can. Yeah. I love when I get to say mods kill this man. It brings me joy. It's the modern equivalent of seize him. I'm going big fluff. I think this means I should make the front bangs and, like, more curved. Maybe my Monster Prom Soda is a big April 1st fan. Maybe it's just because I'm drawing this in hot pink. Maybe it's just because I'm drawing the hair in hot pink is why I'm thinking of April. But also, you know, the big heart seems like her. And also, she's a streamer. Erase his genome is great. Mr. Sinister ordering the Marauders to kill all the Morlocks. That was the Marauders, right? There's a bunch of fucking names. You think I know any names? No! I don't. I don't know shit, I'm just a little guy. I like having the big fluffy hair. What if even big like that? I don't know. It's always awkward whenever I get to the top of my head. Because I always do the big. It's probably happened if not. We can blame Gambit regardless. Yeah. Like, what was he calling them? I was like, what was the name of the team? I don't remember. Gambit, what's your tragic backstory again? Tell us about it. Not that one, the other one. I know you have a lot of them because you're a comic book character or whatever. Y'all see that there's gonna be a new Superman movie, by the way? I don't know the actor who's gonna play him, but I like his look. But also, I'm just like, god damn it. Can DC movies just, like, stop rebooting? How many times is this going to happen? How many times is the DC... now it's the DC universe. They've because the previous one, the DC Extended Universe, that was coined by a guy on, I think, Entertainment Weekly, I think was the, newspaper that did it, and then it's like... Gunn, though, so decent odds will be good? Yeah, that's the one hope. It's like, okay, James Gunn, you better not fuck this up. Alright? Do not fuck this up. Do not gripping him. Do not. How many times do I have to watch Martha Wayne's Perils Fall and get mad because they're not dotted? Seeing that there was gonna be a new Superman movie, I was like, okay, sure, we can have, like, a new Superman. And then I was just like, god damn it, is this another fucking origin story? How many times am I gonna see all of these motherfuckers' origin stories? Shut the fuck up. I'm tired of it. I want to see them actually have fun. I guess I'm not as upset about it with Superman. I'm just like, god damn it, if I have to watch another bitch if I have to watch Martha Wayne die one more time, give him Robin, please. I want Batman to have Robin in a movie so badly. Come on, you have so many Robins to choose from. We haven't had a movie Robin in years. Please! Guy Gardner's fuck-ass haircut in those trailers. I haven't watched the actual trailer yet. I just saw the thumbnail for it and I was just like, oh god. Why do I look like a fucking... I look like I'm in a hair metal band or something. I love it. But... I look awesome here. This is great. I've only seen, like, the thumbnail of it, and I've seen, like, one image of the guy playing Superman as Clark Kent, and I was like, that's great. But I mean, Guy Gardner has that haircut in the comics, too. Which Robin would I want? Personally saying skip Batman's origin and in fact jump right to the Nightwing era? Ooh. I mean, honestly, I do love that era. I do. Because Dick Grayson is my personal favorite Robin. I do just wonder, because I normally would be like, hell yeah. On one hand, hell yeah. I do love that. On the other hand, I feel like him actually getting Robin would be fun. Even just like, I think that would be a good new way to, if we're going to reboot him again. I don't know, is the Batman a part of the DCU or the DCEU, or is it its own thing? The fucking Robert Pattinson, the Batman? Like, I don't know if we're gonna have to reboot Batman again. I feel like it would be a good introduction to a Batman. I'm describing the Lego Batman movie, fuck. I mean, it is the best Batman movie. I realized I'm describing the Lego Batman movie, introducing him as he's getting a new Robin, because it's like you can explore his backstory via Robin learning about it, rather than actually having to deal with it again. But I do realize I am describing the Lego Batman movie. Okay, can we have the Lego Batman movie, but Barbara Gordon is Dick's age rather than being a love interest for Bruce? And without Voldemort in it. Those are the two changes. Yes, please. I forget sometimes. It's really funny being like, my DC Blorbo is Dick Grayson and then Artificers is Barbara Gordon. So it's just like, oh yeah, we were both hurt by that, huh? It's like, why are you so obsessed with this as well? Right, yes, yours. Truly. Truly. I love the big hair. I love the big hair. It's so fun. Well, it's just like, I'm so used to Barbara and Dick being a couple that it's very weird every time Bruce is supposed to be the love interest. Because I'm like, what the hell is happening here? That's for your son. Get away from her. That's for your son. Stop it. I'm sorry, your ward. I think he eventually adopted him. I think eventually he... Yeah. It is just so funny how Dick was not officially a member of the family for so long. See, now the thing about this looks good now, I'm gonna have to, like... The cat ear is gonna be so blocked. You can barely see the cat ear. Now that is very funny. It is... Whatever. Look, if this were in the game and we would have multiple sprites and they probably wouldn't be in this exact pose, you know? Okay, does this work? Yes. Okay, where is Zoe? I need to steal her for hoodie. For hoodie reference. Now granted her hoodie... Nah, I gotta make this a darker blue. Is this good? Oh, that works. Her hoodie is closed, however... This should be fine. Okay, I see that I currently have boob. There we go. Wow. You're welcome. Carrying a burden for you all. Just like Jesus. Okay, it doesn't go out that far, the hoodie. Heavy are the shoulders that bear those things, exactly. Crosses to bear. Hoodies truly are something. I'm trying to figure out how they work in this style. Okay, I think what I need to do is just get rid of all that. Let's just get rid of all that. I think I need to draw this line first. Then base it off of that. Because they don't go- it doesn't go out fully to the shoulders. Maybe she just has a small hoodie. Maybe the hood on her thing is just small. Your brain is just spitting out Jesus' big naturals. I can tell you for sure you will find a million images of that. I mean, actually, wasn't that like... Lee, are you... Lee... Wasn't there like a movement that was like Jesus is like both man and woman? And then like there were a lot of drawings of him with titty? Wasn't that a thing, or am I misremembering something? Yes, and they're so heretical. Well, baby. I don't know the opposite of I don't know the opposite of heresy. I was gonna be like, I was gonna do like a, if that's wrong, I don't want to be right, but I was gonna be like, if that's heretical, I don't wanna be devout? good? Canonical? Yeah. I don't want no scrubs. I don't want anything. Opposite of hedonism. I'm gonna become a Buddhist. I'm gonna relinquish mortal possessions and become a Buddhist monk. Just like in that one part of MonsterCon. You didn't realize I was making a reference. And yet I was. She does have the little stringies, and that is fun. Trans bitches love a good hoodie, huh? Just like anything that I have in common with Zoe, immediately I'm like, ah, the transgender. Transgender bitches be purple and yellow. Well, I guess Nico... Well, no, Nico is, I don't know if mimics have a gender. That's the not the problem, but that's something neat to think about with, non-human characters in regards to gender identity. Is, like, whether the baseline for their species has a gender or not. So, like, for instance, something I always find neat is, like, robot characters. That, like, robots in that world, like, by default will go either by, like, they, them, or it, its. So a robot, even if it is a robot that was built to look like a man, that robot then going by he, him still is inherently transgender. Because, you know, the robot wasn't made to have a gender or wasn't, you know. Going from non-binary to binary is still a transition. Stuff like that. It's always neat to think about stuff like that. I love weird world building. Okay. Is that boob? Is that how boob work? I don't know. April, where are you? I need reference. How boob? Boob? Well, she's obviously wearing, like, some sort of push-up bra here. I don't know. I'm scared to look up reference. Okay. Switch to another color again. We'll go for green. Let's go ahead, just get the, like, straps here. I guess maybe this should be, like, down a bit more. For, like, a cleavage look. I don't know, I feel like that's fine to not have it. Now granted, I'm not into titty. I apologize for robbing you of this opportunity. But I don't care too much. Womp. Okay, that's that. That's. Okay. And then... let me grab Zoe again. That's the old Zoe. Let's look at the new one. Look at I love the volume on the jacket in the new one. I love a big hoodie. I love a good big hoodie. The idea for the hoodie that I wear, yeah, the idea for the hoodie that I wear is that the sleeves are just too big no matter what you, like, even if, like, you got one that, like, exactly fits you, the sleeves are supposed to be, like, big poofy. Like, here, let me zoom out on myself. Like, that big poof at the end there. I love the big poof at the end there. I think that's fun. I think that's neat. Where was I? Was I this zoomed in? I don't remember. Is this what I look like? Yeah. It's close enough. I think that's close enough to where I was before. I don't remember. I'm just a little guy. Okay, and then we can have... You can have the necklace here. Necklace. There. Oh, and I almost forgot the bell! Oh goodness me, I almost forgot the bell. Important. Very important. There we are. Okay, let me pull up April again. We'll also look at just a brief Scott here. Yeah, that is how the eyes work. Okay, so the way that the eyes work in Monster style is they have small pupils, and then they have like a cutout instead of like an eye shine. And they're two-toned. You're a bad example. You're also a bad example. Yeah, they're two-tone. Oh, yours are shiny on the top. Because yours weren't. Yeah, you guys are shiny on the bottom, but hers is shiny on the top. That might just be a lighting thing. I think I can also make the, Well, no, I think, like, the pupils being small enough, I shouldn't worry about making the pupils like that. Okay, let me zoom in on the line art here. We're taking a close look at this. We're seeing if the edges taper. I mean, it looks like they might near some of, like, on, like, some fabric bits, but... Ooh, good bell reference here. Okay, we got... Let's completely redo that bell. Big thing like that, and then was it like that? Do they have the, on the bottom? Well, I mean, mine's on the top still. I don't think the edges taper enough for me to be using a brush that does that. Okay, let's just go ahead. We'll do a little bit of that, little bit of that, little bit of that. Let's make this brush smaller. Maybe a bit too small there. That's the same size as it was before. Okay, what about a 5? How thick are the lines in Monster Prom style? Okay, if I took Vicky here, and I made her large, and I aligned her up so that our heads are about the same size. And then I took my line art brush here. I think this is about the right size? I think so. Maybe one bigger? I feel like this is about right. Okay, you can get back smaller again now, Vicky, now that I know that we're gonna be using a 7. Size 7 brush, milli pen. Stabilization cranked up. This is the brush that I was using whenever I was doing my Adventure Time stuffs. Okay, I'm not gonna worry too much about the line art until it comes to the time that I'm gonna, like... Let's see here. How much of the line art is colored? Because I do notice that they do that sometimes. It looks like the stitching on her skin is colored, as well as the folds on the fabric are colored. Yeah, the inner detail. There's an ad break happening right now. Whoops. I can't see those that well from where I'm doing my stream management when I'm doing this, so I will take this moment still to remind everybody that now is a great time, or at least, you know, if you need to take a break, this is your reminder to take a break. I will try to keep in mind that those will happen, and I'll keep an eye on the time from now on. That is my bad, but yes, if anybody needs to take a break, now will be a great time, because the ads will be happening. I'm not gonna be, like, pausing super hard during an art stream, but you know, this is just a reminder that if you need to go to the bathroom, grab a snack, get something to drink, if you haven't taken your meds today, if you need to save your files, if your posture is bad, if you are clenching your jaw, if you did some laundry that you forgot about, if you do anything like that. If you've forgotten anything, here's a reminder that you've forgotten something, I suppose. But looking at, it looks like it's just, like, the clothes, the inner part of clothes tends to be colored, but not much else when it comes to, like, colored lines. Which is interesting. It's like not even the hair, right? Yeah, because you have a lot of lines in your hair and there's nothing. Well, I mean, I guess for you, but you're an older design. She has them a bit in her tentacles. April doesn't really have any lines in her hair to go off of. And then Vicky's hair is super dark. Like, the shinies in it are... yeah, obviously. Let's see here. Let me look up another person. Let's look up, well, look, I'm gonna look up Nico. Does Nico have lines in their hair? Copy image, we'll just... let's zoom in on Nico. Okay, those do look to be... yeah, they are colored. The inner parts of the, hair. And also, here's Nico. Do not save, I don't care. That is one of my many... I have a lot of files pulled up. That one was my, if everything goes by incredibly quickly. Alright. So the inner parts of hair it is an option. It seems to be optional, but we will see, I suppose. There we go, we got ourselves the little heart. Vector. Love a good vector eraser. Going around the face. Big dog ear. Big puppy ear. Okay, let's pull up, not you, the other Vicky. And let me look at some... Okay. I think we're gonna make this top line a little bit thicker. Because it does seem like it's pretty consistent about that. I didn't do that initially because I wasn't sure if that was just an April thing or not, because she's obviously wearing a lot of makeup. And then also let's look at April again. Okay, it does seem like the inner, but not for you. And not for you. Okay, I was gonna say like the line around the eye. Okay, let's look at Nico again. Line around the eye, is that colored or nah? I think that's colored. I don't think that's just straight up black around the eye. Let me look up Nico, or not Nico, let's look, Liam maybe? What? I don't remember what Liam's eye color is. Oh, they don't have his modern look on here. They only have his older one on the Monster Prom wiki. Well, Doug also has weird eyes, though. I guess yeah. Okay, if we look at Doug, those are black. And maybe somebody from Monster Road Trip, though? What about Polly? Because the Monster Road Trip designs are pretty much... Okay, Polly has black around the eyes. She does have weird pupils for the style as well, but... what can you do? I feel like it's pretty much like 50-50. I don't know. I'll keep Nico and Doug here for now. Let me also grab these eye bits and take them to a different layer. Whoops. I do that too often. Bap that on here. Because I don't want the hair to overlap with anything here. I want the hair to be its own thing. I'm gonna do the hair, the inner eye, the iris. You know, anything that has the potential to be a different color is gonna be on its own thing. Pull up April again here. Okay, big ol' whiskers. Okay, we'll take this line, make it go all the way there. Boop. Great. Back to the hair layer here. Oh, the hair layer has the ears on it. Okay. This is another good reason to use vector layers. You can just select shit like that and be powerful. Okay, let's just relabel this layer to just hair. I don't recall if any Monster Prom characters have an ahoge or not, but you know what? I've been really wishy-washy with which parts of this, which parts of the design ethos I'm sticking with and which parts I'm not, so... Consider I do whatever the fuck I want, I suppose. Consider that I can do anything? Consider, perhaps, that I care not. Do a little bit of these little linies. Let me switch over to the vector eraser. Line. Oh, I'm still on the hair layer. God damn it. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna turn that off because I'm a fool. I renamed it even because I didn't want to keep doing that. Bop. Bop. Because I realized I started doing the fabric. I didn't want soda! I mean, I do want soda always. I love soda. I didn't want to put the fabric on a layer with anything else. I wanted the fabric to be by itself. Boop, 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 boop. Excellent. Everything is as it should be. Okay, that can also have its own, that can be on the normal layer. The outside of the bell is going to be on this layer. Vector, there we go. Then I'll just put these on their own layer for now. That is not a vector layer. I wanted a vector layer. There we go. I guess I'll just rename this bell. Okay. Back to the fabric layer here. I know I'm calling this a fabric layer instead of the clothes layer. Sometimes words, you know? Sometimes some words feel better than other words. And that's the beauty of talking and stuff. I look like I'm in a... What's that show called? That old show? Gem and the Holograms? Is that the right show that I'm thinking of? I just look so glam rock right now, you know? It's beautiful. We also need the lines here for all this. Oop, oop, oop. Yeah. I'm trying to zoom out. Okay. Man, do I care enough about this tangent over here to worry about it? I don't know if I do, but you know what? It's a quick fix, I think. I just move this line here. Oh no, now it's fucking up the other side. Ah, that still works, I think. Now we also need to make a layer for the eyes. Little Pac-Man motherfuckers over here. It's a neat way of doing them. I guess I should do the pupils on a different layer, maybe? So I don't know how well I'll be able to, work with that. I didn't put them on a vector layer. Whatever. No, it's easy to change. I'll fix it. Little eyebrows. I'm constantly forgetting to add eyebrows to drawings. There we go. There I am. Soda! There we are. Me. Well, you can tell I'm sort of trying to go for the monster art style. Even if it ain't perfect. Alright, let's see here. That should be on this layer, probably. Woo, a bit too... Come on, there we go. That little nub was annoying me. Alright, now the question is, like, what we doing with colors? You know what? I say we try to take a break from this one and then we come back to it. I like to cycle between drawings when I'm working on them. I say we get started on a sketch for something else. So I have Beastie Ball over here. I don't have as many references pulled up. This is truly it. I have the Beastie Ball logo here. And then I have this art from, this is like the banner stuff here, which doesn't have a lot of the, This isn't the art style that the game is in. But I remember enough about it, I think. God, I love the way that they did the eye here. That's really cool. Like the pink and yellow dots. That's neat. Very cool. Da-da-da. But I do know we're probably gonna make use of, let's see here. Just turn anti-aliasing to this pixel motherfucker. Get all pixely with our stuff. And we will go from here. Alright, maybe not on that brush though. What brush do we want to get pixely with? I guess let's just copy this one. Duplicate subtool. And it's like y'all aren't tied together, right? Yeah. This one has like a lot of stabilization on it, but I can always change that if I want that. Okay, let's see here. If we're beastin' and ballin', I assume I would probably draw myself like as like a human character rather than as a beastie, you know? Let's get all. I like using the textured pen for sketches. I don't know, how do I draw myself here? I'm going by memory on this one, which isn't the most helpful. Let me see if I pull up the Steam store, are there any good screenshots on the... or like the advertising for the game, for like on the page of the character? Okay, there's a couple. There are 4 images that feature a player character. So let's see here. We have this here. Which has the little guy on it there. What else we got? We have this one here with Reese as well. You've got this one, which also has the construction worker in the background. And oh, this one has like various characters in the background. I'm mostly gonna focus on the player character though, I think. And we got this one here. Because I do like the cute chibi-ness of the player character. I think that this one has a good shot of like all the proportions and stuff. Might just get like more specifically custom with it. Like let's just get vibes here. Let's get give me your proportions. Let's turn this saturation up. And get this little bean head. Now obviously that ear's gonna go, but you know, for the sake of it. Little bean bod. Let's spur the elbow, hand like that, and that's the thumb there. Just a bit like that. For there. And we can work with that. We also got this drawing here. This one's also pretty good. It's just slightly smaller. But let's see here. Because the eyes are open on this one. And that's pretty good. Yoinking your proportions so I have a guide. Thank you very much for the proportions. Now I'll draw a line for the and you can have your knee lines as well. Thank you for the proportions. Thank you for working with me here. You guys hide for a sec so I can organize my layers a little bit. I'm also going to steal the proportions of the guy with like the weird accessories. Yeah, this guy here. And by weird accessories, I mean glasses and a mustache. The strangest accessory ever. There's absolutely zero people in the real world who have both glasses and a mustache. Now come on, that's just ridiculous. Glasses and a mustache? Crazy. One or the other. Alright, I've stolen proportions. Let me fix that face shape a little bit here. Successful proportion stealing. That is the wrong tool. You can get a good, like, chibi vibe from this. the absolute, like, on the leg, you know? Like, I get it. Because, I mean, that is sort of how they work. They got, like, the shape, you know? Whoop. But alright. Let's figure this shit out. I'm over here, yeah? I'm ballin'. I'm ballin' and I'm beastin'. What's a good pose that really indicates that I'm beastie ballin'? Because I don't play beastie ball. The beasties play beastie ball. I'm their coach. You know? Like, if I were doing a Pokemon thumbnail, I'm not drawing myself fighting a Pokemon. My Pokemon are fighting the Pokemon. Now, that's not true for Cassette Beasts, which is the other type of this game, but, you know, I'm not fighting them while dressed as myself, I'm fighting them while dressed as a creature. Okay, let me just, like, you know, like this for a sec. I want, like, a big, vague guy. I want a big, vague guy. That's what I mean by that. A low opacity. I don't know, I'm just imagining, like, a real anime-ass pose, like a... Yeah, you know? Like the arms up, like, yeah. Arms up, real excited. You know, like a... Like, that's one option. There's also, you know, like a classic, like, you know, the Ace Attorney promo art pose. Doing the big point. That they're doing in, like, 90% of the Ace Attorney promo art. But I'm like, yeah, I'm beastie ballin'. I feel like that's the energy I have whenever I'm playing Beastie Ball is, yeah, I'm beastie ballin'. That's how I feel. I get so into it, I'm like, they're beastin' and they're ballin'. This is a fun, silly one. I do like this. I do like this, actually. Okay. Let's try it out. I'm not gonna worry about the logo. The logo can be moved. Doing a sort of little lean like this. The legs are so... I don't mean this as a complaint. I find it endearing. The legs are just so, like, jointed like that. They're almost digitigrade. And I find that funny. I like it. I think it's a cool thing. And then I have a tail. Because I am cat dog. I feel like whenever I draw my tail, I'm never consistent about the size of it. I try, but not hard enough. Look, sometimes you don't need to be entirely on model. I'm not an animator. You know? That's a problem for animators. If that's the style of show. Something like this. And we got our big arm out. Okay, let me take the logo away. It's gonna get in the way here. This is me going, I'm gonna be the #1 Beastie Baller. I don't know how many... Okay, they do seem to be a 4-finger. I was like, this game has the vibe of a 4-finger, but I should check just in case. It's always really funny to me whenever, like, a simple art style has, like, realistic hands. There we go. I do also need to give myself my nose. That is important. It's important to have a nose, and if you want to breathe through it, which I like to do. Very underrated activity. Everybody who doesn't have a cold, take a moment to appreciate the fact that your nose is, like, not stuffed up right now. Everybody take a moment to appreciate that you can breathe. Because whenever you have one, it's always like, God damn it, I never think of this. I never take the moment to appreciate it. So here's your moment. Unless you are sick right now, or otherwise your nose is congested in some degree, in which case, my sympathies. My condolences. My thoughts and prayers. Hashtag never forget. Okay, there's my ear. I think my other ear is gonna be like going this way. I'm angling that way enough that it's justified to go that way. I always go back and forth as to whether, like, eyebrows are visible through the hair or other stuff, you know? Now what am I doing with this arm? Who's to say? Maybe like a this? This is me being like, I'm gonna be the #1 Beastie Baller. And also, stop them from fucking up my town. Maybe make them not ruin a nature preserve. There we go. My My jacket also does poofies with the big pockets. The pockets are very big. They're very nice. Can fit many thing in pocket. I remember when I was in high school, I made like, it was like a point of pride for me, the amount of stuff I could fit in my jacket pockets. I'd be walking around carrying like 3 different pencils, an eraser, a notepad, earbuds, my phone. I'd be like, I'm carrying everything in the world. Put a pen in there too. Have everything I'd ever need from the day. Pack of gum in there. The world is beautiful, you know? Alright, I do need to add hair. Drawing has come to me so much easier. Now granted, I did technically get to do a better warm-up. I have drawn earlier in the day because I was doing a drawing I can't show you, unfortunately, because it's not nearly good and done. But also other reasons. But it was, like, that was way earlier in the day, so I hadn't really warmed up in a good way. And also this art style is much simpler. There we go, and this is definitely a game that would have an ahoge, I think, with all its anime inspirations. Oh, I nearly forgot the sleeves. Can't forget the sleeveys. Big poof. Excellent. Hell yeah, I think that's the sketch. Okay, I think we're at the point now where, see, what I like to do, I think I'll do like all the backgrounds and stuff like off stream, because I tend to just like get a screenshot from the game or something like that. So I'm not gonna worry about that right now. What I like to do whenever I do art is, especially in things like this, and what I do like during art fight, is I'll have bits of drawings in different stages. So we got, of course, our MonsterCon one here has just done line art, and we got Beastie Ball just on the sketch. So I'm gonna go back to MonsterCon, we're gonna do color, then we're gonna go back to Beastie Ball and do the line art, and then we're gonna do the sketch for, Dream Barbecue. That's what I like to do. Oh, I forgot the What layer is this? That's the pupils. I can put it on the pupil layer, that's fine. I forgot the collarbones. I thought it looked a little weird around there. Now granted, you know, it's a little weird everywhere. Alright. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna yoink everybody here again. I don't need any of the outdated designs. I'll keep Valerie though. And we're going to look at these characters and we're gonna look at them specifically for colors. Anybody that we can color pick. What I tend to do is like color pick at first and then from there fine tune it. Like these aren't going to have the exact colors that I need, but I think it's a good starting ground to take them from there. What are Vicky's shoes like? Nah, I don't need those. I don't think I'm gonna need anything on April's shoes, so I can pull her down a little bit here. Like, we got a lot of shades of purple. We got a lot of shades of purple to work with. It is fun. We have a lot of purple and yellow characters here. Okay, if I just hide... Let's get rid of Scott real quick, and then Vicky, and... no, April doesn't really have that much purple. So we have a bit- these all have purple and yellow on them, even if it isn't incredibly like that for Valerie. She has like the, she has this little yellow button there, as well as the earring and the whole thing on there, colored bones. I don't think anybody bone? I mean, his are sort of tinted. They're not his bones. They're not his bones. But you know, sometimes you have other people's bones. That's for the corpse party thumbnail. That's what I'm working on as well. Blah blah blah. Okay. I don't want to lean too hard into Zoe's because Zoe is such a major character. I might steal this purple from Juan as just a starting point here, because that is a good... it is a good. Let me put all these line art layers into a folder together. Okay, we also do have to think about, like, what is going to be what. I say we get the obvious parts out of the way. The things that are always consistent are the ears. Now that is just my normal yellow there. But maybe let's grab Zoe's and see how that works. It is a little dark. I mean, obviously, it depends on the rest of the color scheme. It depends on the context here. I like the yellow of Juan that's just sort of around Juan. No, maybe we should do the jacket first. I think the jacket first might actually help a lot. I think I'm gonna steal these blues from April. So we're just gonna do like this. I love April's color scheme so much, so I might just base it off of her. I love the vibrancy of April. She might be my favorite design. I don't know. I am just a sucker for Decora or Lolita type stuff. Yeah, she's designed enough to be Decora. She has the little things in her hair. Yeah, I think I'm gonna base my colors off of her. In that case, let's see here. She doesn't have a lot of I am going to straight up steal the Belle color though. I got so lucky that there's a character with bells. It's like I don't have to figure out how they shade gold in this, you know? Ba-ba-ba. Now let's try that again. Let's just do the shiny on the correct side this time. I think something like that works a bit better. There we go. Okay, and then let me just yoink that. I'm just gonna, there we go. I'm just gonna have that bit done like that. There we go, we have the bell. I didn't even really look, shading is a different step, however, when you're drawing gold, sometimes it's better to just get it out of the way, you know? Yeah! It's always fun to shade, like, metal and stuff, but it always takes my brain power. Good night, Haldo. I wish you good eeping. Yes, I gathered the correct conclusion from that, Haldo, though I appreciate the clarification. I'm not gonna do the shading right now, I said, continuing to do the shading. I'm just gonna do a little bit of it. Just a little, so I get comfortable with the colors. It was up to a coin toss. Look, I know the Monster Prom characters, they're really something, aren't they? I'm gonna put this on this layer. I realize that Zoe has a little line going through. I'm gonna copy that. There we go. Alright, I'm definitely stealing the yellow from her. So let's just go ahead and do the ear there. I wonder if I should do the ears as a different color from the hair? Like the hair is a different... What if... Okay, how about ears are the same color as the skin? Which is fur. But, you know. While, the the hair can be like maybe darker. Now I do have to figure out like how the skin is going to work, so I'm just gonna get the base yellow in. Fucking Simpsons. Okay, let me grab somebody else here. Let's turn Vicky's layer on. Let me steal the white in your eyes. Thank you very much. Let's compare that to April. Scott. Yeah, because it's not like a pure white. Oh, but like she has pasta water. The eye shiny is a different color. It's a bright white. That is something that I did for a while. I think, actually no, it's something I continue to still do. I was like, how do I draw eyes? Fuck, I forgot. Let's turn the yellow layer back on so I can see what I'm doing a bit better here. I'm just gonna shade in these white bits of the eyes. And then, is that a pure white here, or I'm gonna consider that a pure white. It will just color on in the bright white for the shiny part. Are they like 50-50 on... No, I think it's just April, because I remember noticing that April doesn't have like a darker part here. You know, like doesn't have one of those. But like some of the other characters do, so I'm gonna go based on that. I don't know, this is a art style where I just think of it with the shading. So I'm just gonna do like, instead of, I think I'm gonna do like half of the colors rather than worrying about not shading. I'm not gonna complete this one. Give me your teeth. I do normally like making teeth a bit more yellow, but because the skin is going to be partially yellow, I don't want to do that. I'm gonna steal the pink of her hair for my nose. God, I love April's colors so much. How does that look? Okay, maybe I should do a different shade of pink from her. What about that one? I think that works. Alright, can I steal the highlight little pink there? Thank you very much. Whoops. Beautiful. Okay, now I need the purple. Okay, I'm gonna just steal Zoe's skin color to start with, and we'll see how that works. We'll try it out. I'm just gonna do the full ear. I'm gonna go back and like change it. But let's see here. Yeah, there's the... If we do like... How's that? Just as like a test. How do spots work? I don't know. I mean, I did like this one a little bit. I do definitely like this big purple like this. It's the question of like how much. Ooh, that's better. I'm like all sploochy. I think that's neat. My eye looks like Pac-Man. Okay, now let's test out here. Okay, I'm going to hide that layer for now. So I want to get the hair color in here. Is there anything on this layer? No. Let's go ahead, just grab that. Swap. Alright, now from here... I look like a lion. It's hard to make a dark yellow, so whenever I do that, I tend to go more into the, orange. I feel like that sort of works. Okay, so if I grab this purple again... God, I look so much like a lion right now. It's so silly. Okay. Let's grab a purple. I'm gonna grab the Zoe's shading for now. You know what? No, I'm gonna grab Juan's hat. We're gonna do a line there. We're not gonna do a line, but you know. I have to clarify, we're talking about Monster Prom here. Okay. I think we need to make that brighter. Okay, let's go with Zoe's shading. Let's try that out. Okay, let me grab this again. I don't know, just making yellow more saturated does also tend to work. Because yellow is such like a pale color. So like that like fully saturated yellow there just does look darker. Despite the fact it's not super like I don't think the I mean, has the value changed at all? The value technically went up 1. It went from 99 to 100, but the saturation. I guess now, chat, is a good time to tell you that the ad break is about to happen. So if you're going to get the ads and you need to take a break, now it's going to be a great time. Even if you're not getting the ads, this is your reminder that you should be taking breaks. It's been an hour since the last ad break. It's been 2 hours since I started stream. So if you need to go to the bathroom, if you need to get a snack, if you need to, get something to drink, if you need to do your laundry or save your files or take your meds, if you need to do anything that'll make your life just a little bit better, that'll take, just 3 minutes or so, now's a great time to do that, Now's a great time to check in on yourself and make sure everything is going alright. Alright? What layer is the eye on? That's that layer. Because I'm wondering... Okay, I think that works. Do you think this works, chat, or should I mess with the colors more? I don't know if they're really... I mean, I say, like, I don't really know if they're going together. They're complementary colors. That's sort of their thing. Is that they're opposites... Is that they're sort of opposites. Well, at least on, like, the traditional color wheel. Not talking about pure light or digital, technically. Primary, secondary, tertiary are different depending on whether you're doing traditional art or digital art, and every time I talk about complementary colors, I always talk about the ones that you do for traditional art because those are the ones that people know. You like them? I think this is one of those things where it's like I should just, like, move on and not worry about it too hard. I think this is one of those things where it's like, I could mess with this forever. So I should probably just move on for now. Because that's not the... I don't have to worry about this. That is not the right layer. Whatever, I can just move it there. Maybe I should just make this, like, almost black. That's what was looking weird. I realize it now. I never added the bottom line to my crop top. Never added the bottom line here. There we are. Wrong eraser. Okay, we go back down here. Is this the right layer? Yes, it is. For other layers, just do a bit of that. There we go. Okay. Dupe. The boop. And my little brushy brush here, that's the wrong... It's the wrong bucket tool. That's... There we go. Ba-ba. You know what? Yeah, I'll keep it that shade of white. Okay, we get the dangly bits. Now I need gray. We steal that from Vicky. There we go. Also put that onto that. You know what, while I'm here... Let's just fully steal all of the shading from that. Man, it's been a while since I studied metal shading. I don't fully remember how it works, but I think that looks close enough. There we go. There's that. Where's Zoe here? I'll move her to the front. I want to look at her danglies. Okay, her danglies do have a little bit of shading on them. Me and all of my fucking layers. All of my so many layers. Okay, go back down to this layer here. Where we are going to do like a little bit of this, a little bit of a triangle situation, Illuminati. Whoa. The fucking Illuminati? Breaking news, the Illuminati are shading titties? Harrowing news. How thick is their shading? How... like, should I do like this? I think that works. Another triangle there for the Illuminati. Let me go to my rough eraser. Where? I think this is another thing that it's like I could fuss over how to do this, but maybe let's just chill. Okay. Another layer here for the blue pockets. Just the top of the blue pockets, so you're not getting much of them here. Would that have any shading on it? I mean, maybe. We'll do a bit like that, and we'll get like maybe not that bright. We'll get like right here, just overlay. Yeah. It's like I want to merge some of these layers down here. Okay. Then we would need an orange for the main body of the jacket. How about Juan? What if we steal from Juan? The magical Latino talking cat. I like referring to Juan by his full name. I remember being so hyped when Monster Camp came out, and it was like, oh my god, Juan the Magical Latino Talking Cat is real. Oh, that's the opening music. I can close that. Ba-ba-ba. You know, I do think Monster Camp is the Monster Prom game that I played the least. Not out of any dislike for it, but because I was a part of a Discord server at the time. Like a small one. I forget why I became a part of it. It was just like a group of friends and then I was also there. And and I remember they played Monster Camp quite a bit. And so I would play it with them. So I didn't often play it on my own. So I barely have any hours in it, unfortunately. So here's the problem when doing like the bigger versions of this, you know? When I'm fully kitty-fied, figuring out how to do the sleeves. Oh boy. Sleeves of my cool jacket. It's like we got so many shades of purple already. I think what if the sleeves are pink in this version? What if they're pink in this version? There is a fly around me. Whoops. A fly just said hello to my face and caught me quite off guard. Why did I say that in iambic pentameter? Sometimes you just gotta think to yourself, I'm the type of person to recognize that I said something in iambic pentameter accidentally. Like, if I do this pink stuff, I gotta change the shade of orange because they are clashing. What if I did like the light pink? I don't know, it's a little weird. What if they're a different shade of blue? What if they're a dark blue in this version? I do like that. I do like that. I think I'm gonna go with that. Where is my... There it is. There we go. That's the base colors done. I still have shading to do as well as the line art stuffs of making those normal. I say we go back over to the Beastie Ball thumbnail now. Now's about the time that we do a bit of that. We grab our brush and we go for it. It helps if we are on a layer that is not the sketch layer. Now, quick, if I look at these again, question is, how are the lines? Okay, it does seem like Beastie Ball is one of the types of inner lines are thinner than thicker lines, mayhaps? No, not really. I think they just taper a little bit. don't know, I feel like his lines are thicker on the outside. I feel like it doesn't matter too much. I'll just draw this like this. I'll do it the way that I'm not gonna worry too much about making the art style perfect. And then we got my little ahoge. I'm just gonna do this, and then we'll do the classic. Add one of those, and then make it black, or fully select it, and then expand the selection, stuff like that, you know? To make the outer lines thicker. I don't know if, does this work does it work with anti-aliasing? Aha, I can turn that off. Beautiful. I can turn anti-aliasing off. There we go, big fingy. My big point at the sky. I say, ha! I will defeat capitalism at volleyball. And then I will defeat God themselves with the power of volleyball. I don't know how good God is at volleyball. They didn't put that in the Bible. I don't know if they put that in the Torah or anything. I don't know. That's the only, like, religious text I've ever read in full. I don't know if anybody of any different sort of faith has any insight as to whether any sort of gods are said to be good at volleyball. I'm sure there's some, like, gods of sport, right? I don't know. I probably shouldn't even, like, challenge them to volleyball. I'm not very athletic. Nor am I don't know if you need to be tall to play volleyball. I assume you do. I assume it's like basketball where it really helps if you're tall. I don't know, you know, there tends to be, like, specific body types for specific sports, you know? Like, a guy built for American football isn't really gonna be isn't gonna be as good as basketball as a guy who plays basketball, you know? I don't know if, you know, a girl who's a swimmer, I don't know if she's gonna necessarily be able to defeat, like an ice skater. I mean, they are still different, but those body types aren't as drastically different, but you know what I mean. Somebody who's good at, like, what's this word? Somebody who's, I just straight up thought curling. Somebody who's good at hockey is gonna have, like, a very different body type to somebody who's, like, you know, a jockey. So I assume volleyball players are gonna be tall. I don't know. I've never watched any real world volleyball. And, man. I have no clue. Do I want to add the eyebrows? Because I feel like my hair is getting in the way of them. I feel like it still works without them. Man, that was a quick line art. This chibi style. Oh, it's great. Oh, it's great. And then, well, I'll do the thicker outer lines here. I'll go ahead and copy them. I'll do the thicker outer lines after the coloring. Alright, we're gonna do our Enna sketch. Now, obviously, we're gonna have to draw me as an Enna, right? I think, you know, I fall into the, you know, like, half and half style pretty well. Oh boy. So that's gonna work here. It's gonna work, I swear it's gonna work. Y'all just ever just suddenly remember My Little Pony song? Alright. Now I gotta figure out, like, okay, let me get like a good image of Aina from the game. Because I've drawn Ina characters before. But those were based off of the videos. And the art style is slightly different. Mostly in that it's not as pixely in the game. And also, I kept thinking this when I was doing the playthrough, but I never called it out because I was like, oh, maybe I'm just misremembering. Her hands are different. Like, can I find like a good, like, actual image of her from the game that isn't fan art? I would love... I mean, this isn't even, like, that's like actually her, but that's not what the line art normally looks like. Okay, the line art's all smudgy. That's fun. Anyway, she doesn't have fingers, right? But normally she does. I don't know, that might just be a thing for animation's sake. You know? Okay, I'm just gonna have to go with this image here. Despite the fact that, the line art isn't the same way that they do it in the game, but the design is the same. I'm also gonna get a normal Enna. For those of you unfamiliar with the actual, like, normalness of her, I don't know whether I would call her normal. Her original design, perhaps? Here we go. Because this is her normal. And you can see there's obviously a big difference for her in-game. Now, I grabbed that because I'm wondering about, like... Because obviously I don't want to just color swap this. I don't want to just color swap her. But see, I was like, oh, she doesn't have fingers here, but she does, normally. But also, like, her, like, polygonal hand. Like, it got sharper. That's what happens when you get a job. That's what happens when you're employed. Your colors completely change and your hair gets shorter and your torso disconnects from your pelvis. Sometimes that just sort of happens when you get a job, okay? That happens! Alright. So I think, like, the things that matter here... Obviously, you know, the face shape here. Yeah? Where it's like you got the two different faces on the one face. Which is so cool. I love it so much. as well as no neck, shoulders not connected, more polygonal on, we'll call it house left. We'll say house left. I don't want to be like, well, Anna's right. I'll talk in house terms. Alright. So let's get a little sketchy here. Let's start with green. If I get a good shape here. I know how big I want to be. I know what facial expression I want to be making. I'm just like, I feel like I can be making a weird face. I'm imagining, I'm thinking about how I look, this is years ago. Not, I mean, like, I guess technically like 2 years ago. I shouldn't say like years ago. I think it was 2. The smile for me thumbnail, I like the expression I have in that one. I don't know if that really translates to this though. Because it has teeth in it. Maybe I'm doing something like this. I don't know if that mouth is possible. I don't know if it has to be a straight line. I guess I can, like, glance around at her, but I don't know. It's really just like, oh man, there's a lot of fan art, so I don't know. I don't want to base off the fan art, even if it looks cool. I want to know. Eh, whatever, it don't matter. I doubt anybody's gonna be like, you drew this line curved when it shouldn't be. Fake fan. People will look at it and go, why is this one a cat dog? I love the different shaped eyes. I mean, okay. I think maybe if they're like cat eye. I don't know, they're very angular. I don't want to get rid of the angularness of it. In fact, I might be using like the straight line tool a lot when I'm doing the actual line art. But I'm thinking like... I don't know, how do... I don't know, I don't want to just copy original... I don't want to copy just original Anna's face, you know? Even if it does work really well. Consider triangles like this. Consider triangles like this. I think that's silly and I like it. I do like triangles like this. I'm glad I've considered. And it made me come to the conclusion, triangles. Triangles like this. Brought to you by triangles like this. Triangles. So shape. So angle. She's so angle. I love that for her. And now, I can also be angle. Sounds like a really bad infomercial. Now, with product, I can also be angles. I always wished to be very angular, but I never was. I wanted to be so pointy that nobody could touch me without going, ow, you're pointy. But now, thanks to product, thanks to triangles, I'm pointy. All my dreams have come true. Because I'm pointy. Get pointy today. Get pointy. Buy triangles and become pointy. New product from triangles introduce rhombus. For when two triangles get together. Welcome, rhombus. Consider the rhombus. Consider the rhombus. Buy rhombus. Buy product of rhombus. Sometimes if I don't know what to say, I just continue a bit until it's not funny anymore. Buy the rhombus. Byproduct rhombus make angles. Angles? Yes. You want them. We all do. We love angles. We love sharp? Yes. Pointy. Good. How will her hair work? How hair? Triangle. Remember the triangle. Worry not for triangle. With rhombus friend, of course. With rhombus. No triangle without rhombus. Sometimes I just wonder what happens if I'm in the middle of just a little word bubble like that. What happens if somebody just tunes in mid me talking like that? And I can never imagine them going, yeah, let's stick around here. You know? But sometimes you just get stuck talking words, you know? I'm not sure how I feel about this face chat. I'm not sure if I care enough to try again. That's the eternal dilemma. You know? Because, like, I could draw myself as, like, a different character. But, I mean, the art style of this... of it all, you know, it's so varied from, like, thing to thing. From character to character. And my Blorbo the dolphin. He's like a weird 3D guy. What's his name? Phil? Fuck, what's the name of my favorite character? I will say, after beating this game, I did, like, look up stuff about it. I was like, oh my god, I missed so much shit in this game. Like, I knew there was some stuff I was missing. I did not anticipate how much. You know? I was just like, damn, do I need to do this again? I don't know if I need to do it on stream or off stream. I don't know. I need to figure that out. I was like, damn. Like, there's whole rooms I didn't get to. What are y'all talking about being a party? There's no- what are you talking about? Like, I knew I didn't find the taxi driver. I almost forgot my fucking ears. Cats are polygons while dogs are smooth. Everyone knows this. When you look at a cat, you're like, that's a thing that's rigid in structure. And not the squishiest thing known to anything, you know? When you look at a cat, you're like, that's a polygon. That's like 5 polygons together. There's no curves, there's no wiggles. They're the most rigid things. Cats. Do I want to give myself a... I don't know if that really works. I'm just thinking about, as I'm drawing this, I'm just thinking about Anna doing that. No, 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 no. What's that one from? Temptation Stairway, maybe? I don't know, it's one of my favorite. I think of that moment a lot. That feel when you're polygonal. So I suppose like my jacket was just like sort of like a texture on this. That's how I imagine her clothes work. They're sort of like a texture. I don't know if this version of me has boobs or not, chat. I don't... I'm not sure how to categorize this. Oh, it looks like... yes, her body... I almost started doing, like, lines down here, but her body is, like, you know, like, just blue here, as well as, like, just red there. This a little bit, I'm on the wrong layer, a little bit like that. Okay. I want to do weird shit with the arms. I want to do like a weird pose with the arms. I feel like that's very Anna. So let's like get like some weird little things happening in here. Could be like a woogle. I don't know. My mind is just saying to do like a hand up here for some reason. This is just such a hail and well met, you know? Hail and well met, kind stranger. That does sound like something she would say. Hail and well met, dear stranger. Could you perchance point me in the direction of the object Some shit like that. Ba-ba-ba. I guess, like, the long sleeves is a little weird for an Enna. We can figure this out. Big polygons. The polygons. You are a 3-finger person. Gotcha. Ba-ba-ba. Let me look at other Enna. Yeah, these fingers aren't too detailed. I was like, oh, these only have like one joint on them. Okay, Ina. There is your hand. Well, I suppose it's my hand, not hers. Oh, am I gonna sneeze? Maybe. We'll find out. No, I think it's going away. Damn. There it goes. Ba-ba-ba. I like that, I think, a bit better. The polygons. It's too many polygons. But you know, that's what happens when I make my sleeves the biggest, poofiest things in the fucking world. Let's just erase all these and try again. Because I don't like the way that it looks, and that's what's important. Is liking the way that it looks. That's better. And I suppose we can do, like, game Enna, and just do the big ball of hand, rather than one with any fingies on it. My deepest sympathies. It appears that I've lost my fingers. I do not know where they have gone. Oh well. I like talking like, I was gonna say like yellow Enna, but I guess also red Ina. She called like Employed Ina or something like that. I remember she has like a name. I don't remember. I think there's like somebody, like, people made like a distinction. I don't remember. Rich little guy. Look, I'm not here for big lore. I'm here to look at things and go, whoa, whoa. You know? And you gotta have both of those in your fandom. You gotta have people who are here to overanalyze everything in its lore. And you gotta have people who are like, my favorite character is this pink dolphin who shows up and he makes jokes about... all of his puns are based off of, like, mathematical terms. And I find him silly. Okay, 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 okay. Let's do some shading. Now, did I change this color at all from you? Okay. How does this nice look. Helps if you're not on the pixel brush. Okay, let's just do... Wow, wow. That works. I'm not gonna worry about how lighting is real. Lighting is made up. Lighting was made up by big sunlight, alright? To sell you sunglasses. Lighting and shading, they don't have to make sense, alright? That's just a lie. If it looks cool, that's what matters. If it looks cool, that's what matters. That's the truth. Ba ba ba. Okay, let's get some shading. Yeah, it's like, I don't know if they did what I'm doing here and like based all of their colors off of like individually all of their shading, or if they did what I normally do, which is, you know, take it and then like make a multiply layer. They probably did a multiply layer. That's the normal thing to do. However, I don't know what they were using. And I like doing this on occasion, you know? I like the occasional doing the shading by hand. It's relaxing, it's nice. Here's the layer that I wanted. It's chill to do. Also have, they do tend to do little shinies. I will do, here, I'll just try out my normal overlay method. It's not on that layer, so that's why it's not giving anything. How many do they do? I think that works. That's good enough. That's good enough. That's good enough. Here, let's just try... Let's just try doing a multiply layer. It does speed things up, admittedly. Just multiply this bit back here for sure. Yes, I am on the right shade of purple. No, I'm not. I knew it. I have so many shades of purple saved on my, like, default swatch saving thing. I just need a temporary pen so I can turn the stabilization completely the fuck down. We're gonna do like that. Ba ba ba. I think that's good. Okay. Wop, wop. Let's also turn that into a multiply. Da-da-da. Beautiful. Sweep. This is a nice, like, shade of brown that this color is, the shading color currently. Because I'm going to change it, unfortunately. Because it doesn't really fit with the overall theme of it. But it's a nice shade of brown. Do. A little bit of that. Ba-ba. Okay. That's good enough. And then we will do the overlay. Make this a smaller brush. And very shiny. Very shiny. There we go. That's most of that. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, I didn't ever change the inner color of the ear, and I do need to do that. Let's see here. Where's the other ear? There it is. Let's merge all of those together. Okay. Now let's make a multiply layer. And I'll change it to multiply at the end. Boop, boop, boop. Do any of these guys... Yeah, some of them have shinies on the skin. April doesn't, but her skin is already so pale. That sure is a mammal, indeed. Sure is a mammal. Womp. That seems normal. There we go. I do want to try... Now this is a little annoying because I've already... What if I do that? Does that match the shading? I think it does. And it's close enough and it's small enough that I don't think it matters. Alright, now let's do our little overlay layer thingy. I'm gonna add a couple more to the hair because I love when things are shiny. There we go. I'm also just gonna do a normal... Let's just do like a pure white on the shirt. It's a little subtle, but I think it's neat. Maybe something smaller. There we go. Okay, now for the eyes. Bop, bop, bop. A little bit of that. Multiply. I think that's about a good amount of the layer there. That's all shaded. That's all shaded. Oh my god, there we go. She's all shaded, Captain. Alright. Let's go through these layers of lines. Alright. It's gonna combine all of the colors into one layer. Belle, this layer is fully colored. Why can't I? I hate this glitch. I get this sometimes where like I'm not allowed to move the layers up and down. Okay, fine. When they're colored, they'll get hidden then. I was gonna move them out of the thing. Yes, these are a bunch of ones that don't need to get colored. As are those. Yeah, I can't. So now we have some ones that can get colored here, that have the potential for it. So let's start... We'll just start with these ones because they're gonna be fastest. Ba-ba-ba. And then I'll grab this one here. Ta-ta. Then I suppose, where's the thing that I want? That works. Great. Alright, chat, the ads are about to start, so this is your reminder that ads are about to happen, and that if you haven't taken a break in a while, hey, maybe now's a great time to go to the bathroom, grab a snack, get something to drink. If you need to save your files, if you need to fix your posture, if you need to unclench your jaw, if you need to take your meds, this is your reminder for any of that. If you need to do your laundry, if you need to do anything, really. Because ads are just about to start, and those will be going for 3 minutes. We do 3 minutes of ads once every hour, just so they get them all out of the way. And you can take that moment as a moment to make sure that you're okay. Make sure that you're doing swell, that you're alright, you know? Make sure that you're okay. I look so desaturated here in the corner compared to me on the screen, huh? I do know that I am very pastel, as just like myself. However, it is very funny. As I've been like working on making things that are more saturated, it's very silly to see myself next to them because I'm so pastel. I think it's neat. I'm gonna take a sip of water real quick. Wow. Alright. Now we're nearly done here. Nearly done here. Okay, we just have the hair and the fabric bits to go. Oh great, my thing work now. Well, whatever. Okay, let's just start with the hair. And make sure that this layer is like that. Alright. Well, I feel like... yeah, the main bit of it is gonna still stay the same. It's gonna be like these parts. These are the parts of it that are going to be different. Any of these little overlappy bits in the middle of it all. Which isn't a lot. There's also a tiny little, like, pixel of yellow here that's escaped the lines that I'm just gonna get rid of. Let's see here. I suppose I can also do that bit there. Those all the little overlappy bits? I think so. Edit, tonal correction, hue, saturation, luminosity, saturation, crank that up. Yeah, okay, yeah, I was making sure. It's like, am I on the right layer? Yes. Luminosity down, saturation up. I can even mess with the hue a little bit. Just a little bit. Take a bit of that. I want to smooth this bit out over here a little. It's not great. Alright. I think that's pretty good. That leaves us just with the fabric layer, so I think I can turn everything else back on. What's happening here? I know what happened on this layer. Let's fix all this out a bit. I guess things got a little weird when I was merching them all. Didn't pay too close enough attention. I got a bit too close to the screen there as well. I got leaned in. It's like, what are these pixels? Which one of these is this the eyes? Yes. Want that layer to be lower. Alright, fabric layer. Now again, there's not a lot of these little overlappy bits. But let's see here. We have this one in the blue. We have this one in the orange. And then of course there's this here. Now the question is that line... Okay, let's pull Zoe to the front again. Okay, yeah, looking at April, this would be... That as well for the white. And again on the blue. I don't think there's any other bits like that anywhere. So now we will pull up that little thing. Ba-ba. See here. I'm not gonna worry about the yellow right now, even though it's really bad. What's happening here? Ah, I see. Didn't really fill in perfectly. Alright. And take that, we're gonna move it over to the blue. Excellent. We're gonna have it like that. I think that is the Monster Prom drawing done. Monster Con. As I said, I'm probably gonna just get some like game screenshots to put in the background afterwards. I'm going to go. Okay, you know what? No, it's not far enough. I'm gonna turn my fan on a little bit. My model's gonna look weird for a second. Mind that. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I look normal, don't worry about it. Okay. Yes, I did I almost said re-mute. I did unmute. That's the word. Alright, back to Beastie Ball. We ballin', we beastin'. Now, I'm pretty sure all of these images here, not only, of course, are these all different characters, but the lighting is gonna be all different. All stuff like that. So what I think I'm going to do for this, I think I'm going to just start out with my colors that I use for my actual self and then like make them more saturated maybe. And I do think the jacket is again a good place to start for that. That's the Monster Prom design. The sleeves are blue on that design, but for me, they're purple. And we got these jacket pocket bitties here. And we will just, that is the wrong thing. We will do some HSL. We will take the saturation, just crank that up a bit. Take the hue down a little bit. I feel like that might be a good baseline. Let's see here, where do we start with? Yeah, that's... I think that's a good baseline here. Is this a game that does the pure whites? Nah, they seem to be pretty yellowy, and I love that. I love when things are a little yellowy. I will steal... Here, this will be a good example, let's see here. No, they're not too different. Let's get some of these yellowy whites in here. I'll also do that in the whites. The clothing bits. I think this is actually a good place to start. I think I might get rid of that blue. Or, well, I think I'll keep it and then I'll adjust the colors of it a bit. That's the wrong button. Let's see here. Maybe tone curve here. This is the wrong menu. Pasta water. I'm doing my save. What I wanted... Where is it? Tonal correction. Level correction. That's the one I wanted, not tone curve. I'm gonna take the blue down a bit and maybe increase the green. I think that works. Do they have colored eyes, or are the eyes all black? I think the eyes are all black, right? Yes, so let's go ahead and fill those in. And then we have a good question here, actually. Helps if you hit refer other layers and not refer existing layer. Is the shade of black a pure... Okay, it is like a pure black, got it. I was like, if this is a little bit off, then that could be helpful, but no. Alright. I want to move this line a little up higher. Okay. Now we're gonna do... Let's do the purple. Which might be... Let's try this. I'm gonna keep that like that for now, and I might come back for it. Okay, and then the orange. This is like such a moody. I don't even know if this is like the right vibe necessarily, but I like the sort of like moodiness of this color palette, and so I'm going for it anyway. Alright, I'm gonna take this, we're gonna make it darker. Excellent. Get our nose in here. I'm talking about our, it's my nose. How about this mouth? I think that's fine. Maybe. I don't know how I feel about it. I think I need the skin color in order to make a proper judgment, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna just get my default one and then adjust it. We need this for sure to be more saturated. Tonal correction. Tone curve. No, not tone curve, damn it. Tonal correction, level correction. Red will decrease a little bit there. No, it's like entirely red. Let's see here. Maybe if I'm thinking I might do this manually. I mean, that's actually pretty fine. How do I feel about that? This might be better if I have like a background color. You know what? I'm gonna use this green. This green works really well. Yeah. And I will keep that in mind for whenever I make this thumbnail that I might want to use a green background. Okay. Whenever I make the background, obviously I am making the thumbnail actively. Whenever I make this thumbnail look an ass. Alright. Let's make this on the correct layer, aka a layer I just made. There we go. We're gonna start off in this purple. We'll see how it perps. We'll see how the perp pulls. It helps if you're on the correct version of the tool. Yeah, it is that side. Okay, and then we'll go yellow. Now this is definitely a color that I will be changing. This is not a good shade of yellow. That is a better shade of yellow. That I like. I like that. Now what I did for this is I really based it all off of the yellow that they use for the whites of the eyes. That truly that is not the color palette of the game because the eyes just look different. However, I just think it's neat, okay? I had fun doing that. And now I do think, yeah, they do have some slight shading, but I don't feel like this one needs shading. I feel like I like this one without shading enough that I don't want to add anything more to it, aside from, you know, obviously a background later. But there we go. It's like two nearly done. I don't know if we have enough time to finish this one, but we can like get started on it. Now where is the straight line tool? Here we are. Let's make that smaller as a matter of fact. How does that look? How about meet in the middle? Yes. Beautiful. Hello, straight line tool. We are going to become fast acquaintances. I don't know if we're going to be friends or not. I don't want to presume. I know not to make assumptions. There is a saying about this. And I wish not to invoke its wrath. There we go. Blanc, blanc, blanc. We're gonna do a bit like that, then ba-ba-ba. That is the wrong thing. Ooh, wait, real quick, I nearly forgot. Go back over here, turn anti-aliasing off, turn the edge color to black. There we go, now we have the thick outlines. the thick outer lines. I was like, wait a minute. While I'm doing these lines, I gotta remember. There we go, and saved that. Alright, back to the line tool. Here we go. Let's actually do that. Wah wah wah. Okay. Wah wah. Then we get these triangles in here. Little lashes. And hair moment. Epic hair moments. I don't know what color I'm going to do for that, because, you know, Enna just has the black hair in both forms. I don't know if I should continue on in that tradition. You know? It's one of those things I like trying to draw me in an art style, but it is, sometimes I do just have to break the rules in order to draw myself, you know? Because a lot of things don't have cat dogs in them, to be completely honest, so I sort of have to assume what it would be like if there were. What size? 7. That is the wrong brush. This is the right brush. Womp, womp, womp. Voop, voop. Okay, back to the line tool. I guess while I'm here, I might as well redo those with the actual line tool instead of trying to draw the straightest line I could by hand. A little bit of that. Doot. Doot? Yes. Doot. Doot. Okay. Wah. Wah. Me and my lines. Me and my straight lines. This hand is fun. Okay, we get these. Bop, 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 boop. And just continue those lines down so that they actually meet it. Excellent. It's a little clunky, but don't look too closely and it's perfect. Okay. the eyes are gonna be black, because that's how these work. So let's just go ahead and get those out of the way. Now the question is, that does look like a pure white in there, especially in comparison to, I guess this is like a pale, is that a yellow? Yeah, it's a yellow. So we'll just use a pure white in these eyes. Excellent. Wah wah wah. I do think that this works with the, you know, the little gap in the head there. I think that really works in the Enna art style. I realize I hadn't called attention to that, I don't think, and you might be like, you're missing your noggin. You're missing your brain. It gone. I don't need that. I mean, does that line... It's fine. I don't know, I think it's sillier like that. Boy oh boy. He's silly. Move this logo so that it works well. I suppose I can also move myself a little bit further to the side. If I also grab the color of the eyes that I have done. There we go. Stretch. Beautiful. I stretched a little bit off camera, I don't know if that... Granted, I don't know if I've been good on camera a lot this stream. I don't know. I'm just a little guy. Ba-ba-ba. Oh, I also don't have the line there to indicate where my shirt starts. That's an important one. Okay. I don't know if I want to color this right now. I might want to do a bit more sketching or something. Oh, I can probably close these. Are these the ones? Yeah, I can close those. Ba-ba-bow. Yeah, that turned out really well. Good. Good. These did turn out well. Looking at them now after having not looked at them for a little bit, okay, I'm like, okay, yes, these did turn out good. Truly while working on them, I was just like, these are terrible. Sometimes you just need to not look at them for like 5 minutes. Oh boy. Okay, I think this is at a spot where I'm fine pausing on it for now. Come along with me, chat. We don't have that much time left in stream. I've been struggling on this fucking one. These are the... It's gonna be like the corpse party thumbnail for the first video. I was gonna try and emulate the style. I eventually decided fuck it, and then I drew this, and I'm like, that's not even my art style, but I mean, it's close enough. It's in between my anime and my, like, cartoon art styles. But I gotta draw these other... I draw characters with hands on their hips far too much for someone who has no fucking clue how to draw someone with hands on their hips. I had to take, like, 5 different photos of myself standing with my hands on my hips in order to get this. And honestly, once again, like the other shit, like, now that I look at it, like, a day or two later, it's fine. Drawing that, I was like, this is the worst thing in the world. Looking at it now, it's not that bad. Looking at it now, it's not that bad, actually. But still. I need to sketch some girls. I need to sketch some terrified girls. Where is she? I knew I had a layer with her on it. Go over there. Go in the corner. I did look up how tall they are, so this is accurate. Now, granted, she's taller... Whoops. Naomi is taller than Seiko, but she's, like, a little crouched in this image, so... Look, I'm drawing myself next to... anime. Like, I'm drawing myself next to Japanese high school students. I can feel tall for a little bit, alright? I'm on the wrong damn layer. Dun, da, 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 dun. That's a head shape. And then she's gonna be like a little crouched and nervous. So I'm just like, what if I was there? That's what the thumbnail journey is. That's what the thumbnail concept is like, what if I was there? What if the... And it's funny for this first one, because it's me and Seiko, who are very chill people, and then Naomi, who's having the worst day of her life. Now, granted, Seiko is also having the worst day of her life, but she doesn't know that yet. That is the wrong tool. I don't know how I got onto that tool. I was hitting the button. It's hitting the button that takes me to the eraser. I don't know how I got to that. I don't know how I got to the line tool from there. He's a little freaked out. That's a fun freaked out mouth. Yeah, this is my art style here. This is closer to it. Expressions. Yeah, I like doing silly expressions. You have eyelashes? Not really. Not like in a extreme way. And that tends to be the only reason I do them, is when they're extreme at this point. At this point in my art style. Bring that up a little bit. Look at you two. Y'all got that anime same face shit. I was like, does one of you have like bigger eyeballs than the other one? No, y'all the same. I shouldn't say anime same face bullshit. That happens to a lot of... That happens in a lot of shit. And I find it annoying always. And I'm every time I'm like, I will be changing this. You better believe these characters are gonna have actual noses. Case in point. Nose real. Cowards, let them breathe. It's really unhealthy. They are like pugs. You might think it looks cute, but it's actually very unhealthy for them. They need to be able to breathe. She's so hunched, she's so freaked out. Now, I don't know what she's freaked out about. It might be my lack of ability to draw backgrounds. But you know. She's freaked out knowing that I'm gonna have to try and draw a bit of a background there. I'm on the wrong layer. That's why nothing's happening. I want these eyes slightly smaller and more down. Is that... No, it looks like she's looking at me. I don't want that. I want her looking over there. That's better. I love how Seiko and breathing. Look. It's not because of her lack of... I mean, maybe if she had a nose it would have helped. I don't know. Somebody bring her back from the dead, give her a nose, and then do it again. And then bring her back and then ask if it made a difference. Alright, let's see here. I do have to figure out how arms work. I do hate arms. I do hate arms. They are my enemy, unfortunately. Let's see here, what did I do on this one? It's like, we gotta stick together, and I'm just chill. Because I'm playing a video game, so I'm not freaking out whatsoever. These characters, they're characters, so they're freaking out. You know? Okay, the arm wasn't that bad. 3D models are the only reason you can make arms make sense. Yeah. I like them, I just get annoyed using them. When they come in a pose that's like perfectly already what I want, I'm like, hell yeah. If I have to make the pose, I'm like, fuck. Grabs my own arm. Great, yes, I would not be able to see my thumb. I was correct. I want to make like one of the fingers going up a little more. I like it when that happens. What layer am I on? Where am I? What layer am I? Where am I? Why is this layer just the jaw? What happened? There we go. I like making one finger doing something slightly different. It breaks it up a bit. That one's just going up. I guess the pinky also looks like it's going up a bit. That also works, you know? Okay, how your sleeves working? Actually, you have a second fucking arm or whatever. God damn it, I hate arms. Okay. This all is in front of this. This is just coming from the front. So I think this one... What's happening here, this other arm, be able to see it like that, I think. And then her other hand. Why do I do this? Why do I do this to myself? Oh boy, it's because I love a challenge. Unfortunately, I do love a challenge. That is arms. Those are arms, those are arms. That's beautiful. Because I don't think you would be able to see anything there because her arm would be like that. Well, since her arm is like that, let's make that, because this should just be like a wristband here. That's not, you know. Because you can do that with your wrist, right? It's hard to test this with my hands, actually. Moving my arm a little bit, that's fine, I think. It's a little extreme, but I think it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. What did this look like again? Yeah, that's bad. In the grand scheme, I mean, do we even need to see anything there? Maybe, like, how big are your sleeves? Do they poof? Yeah, we can have the big poof there. That can be dangling down. And it can be the same over here. This big... What's this part of a sleeve called? My brain is only supplying the word collar. Cuff. The cuff. The cuff. The cuff. I'm gonna erase that little bit of my arm there. Honestly, I guess we can also erase this part of my arm, even though it looks good. I didn't even intend for her to be doing like a similar pose to her sprite. She's so hunched. Okay, we gotta give her booba. Hey, look, I don't have to draw as many fingers. Oh boy. I mean, let me look at Seiko. That's not Seiko, that's Miss Yui, who I was like, I'm an adult and there's only so many adults in this. I'm just like, whenever there's not a lot of body types in something, I like to, like, actually give the characters that. Even though not. So I was like, maybe I should make her chest smaller, but it's like, but then I don't have to draw the hand. Who else? It's like, Seiko genuinely does have such big tit energy. Seiko gives me the vibes of somebody who has back pain. Ayumi has a small chest. There we go. There we go. It's like, Seiko seems like somebody who makes jokes about her massive bonghongaloos. Now, whether that's true or not, you know? I think that another thing that would be fun would be, throughout these thumbnails, like, which uniform I'm in changes, whether I'm in the girl's uniform or the boy's uniform, etc. Now, Seiko would make jokes about Naomi's massive bahongalugas. That is true. That is true. And then Naomi would be like, no, yours are so much bigger. And then Ayumi's in the corner with a sad face. Because it's anime. Actually, judging by the trans women on my Tumblr dashboard, maybe that stereotype isn't too far off. Maybe that, like, cliche isn't too far off, actually. Makes Ayumi Blair Witch in the corner, yeah. Every time I see that in an anime, I'm just like, what are you fucking talking about? What are you fucking talking about? Now, granted, I am non-binary, so maybe my idea is skewed. You know, maybe I have a bias in a certain direction or something. Maybe women are like that. I sneezed. I sneezed again. In case you missed it the first time, the long-awaited sequel. Their eyes are so far apart. Yeah, I remember when I was loading these in, I was really just like, are you guys this exact same fucking person? Like, look at this shit. Look at this shit. Like, it doesn't help that you guys are in the exact same pose. Only funny thing about chest sizes was girlfriend. Ooh, I forgot that they did that in that show. I was thinking about Oshiete Gauko-chan, which, like, is a show that I did like. I think the creator of it got cancelled or something like that, which is a shame, because I really liked it. I didn't look into it, I don't fucking know. Granted, there's a lot of anime whose, like, creators have been cancelled, and that hasn't stopped their popularity at all, but, you know. A very bad thing. Do. Oog, yeah. I don't know, I think it was the only show I've ever watched, at least to my recollection, that had a character with big boobs being like, my back fucking hurts. Imagine carrying around a massive weight on your chest every fucking day. My back is in shambles. Girlfriend was very good, though. Man, I should rewatch that. It's truly just, like... It's so good. At least from my memory of it. Yeah. Oops. Accidental polycule. For anybody who's not heard of this show, because I don't think it really took off. I don't think it's that popular. I haven't heard anybody else talk about it. I'm like, I know Lee only knows it because I introduced it to him. It is a show about this guy who loves his girlfriend, right? He's like, I fucking love my girlfriend. My entire personality is I love my girlfriend, and I'm also like a cool dude. And then like one day this like transfer student shows up and she confesses to him, or like, I forget if she's a transfer student or if she's just like a girl who didn't know that he had a girlfriend. Or no, she was like a different grade, right? I don't know, for some reason she didn't know that he had a girlfriend, and he's like, damn, you're really cute. And honestly, like, I really feel like this was like such a romantic confession. I would love to pursue this relationship. However, I do have a girlfriend. Would you be alright if I asked her if it was okay if I dated both of you? And she's like, what are you talking about? And he goes to his girlfriend and he's like, hi, this girl just confessed to me. Is it alright if I date her too? And she's like, what are you fucking talking about? It's like, but come on, this would be great. And they're like, sure? Like, it is admittedly like a weird, like, they're both not super into it at first, but they're both like, well, we both love him, so I guess it's fine. I'm slowly realizing that it's like, oh no, this works, let's all live together. And it's like, it isn't just like him making a harem, because there's a third girl who really likes him, and he's just like, hey, I'm sorry, I already have 2 girlfriends, and I'm not interested in you at all. I don't want a part of this. And she's just like, but please, you already have 2 girlfriends, why can't you have a third? And they're like, that's not how this works. Get out of our house. I just love it. The main character just has the best communication I've ever seen from an anime protagonist, of being like, well, I understand this, however, I believe we should talk, I understand, but just like, please, I would love it if we discussed this, you know, with our other partner. This would be great. Like, it's truly so good. The hijinks they do to get this girl not in the polycule, she's so fucking determined to be in the polycule. She will not take no for an answer. She lives outside their house for like weeks in a tent, and they're like, we're calling the fucking cops. Get out of here. It's very silly. It's very good. I very much recommend it. Naomi's still bald. I always do the hair last, but it's so silly. She's bald, and that's where I'm going to probably leave it, because the stream is just about over. I've just saved. Everything has been saved. I've saved everything. Oh boy, bald Naomi, new bad ending where you get bald. Hello. I don't know why I'm saying hello. I should be saying goodbye. Or at least, I should be saying, let's see who we can raid, shall we? Ba ba ba. Oh boy. I'm having a good time in this. Let's see here. Who's live? Who's live? I rated you recently. I rated you recently. Yeah, you can get those if you would like. Wah wah wah. Wah 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 wah. That person... Oh, okay. Never mind. Who is doing stuff? Who's doing stuff? Let's see here. I don't think I've raided you before. I don't think I've raided you before. I mean, maybe I have, I don't remember. I don't know this game. Double checking your pronouns. Okay. They, them, got it. Alright, chat. We're gonna raid Loyal Royal Roach, which is a very fun name to say out loud. I don't know if I've ever said their name out loud. They're playing Chambers right now. I'm not very familiar with the game. In fact, I've never heard of it. One could describe that as very not familiar rather than not very familiar, but hey, who's counting? I don't know who's counting what. There's nothing to count. I don't know. Anyway, I hope y'all have a good time with them. They're a cool cockroach, I believe. Right? Yes. I mean, it's in the name. I just immediately am like, I start doubting everything about everything. I'm just like, but what if? Yes, cockroach demon. Yes. I'm like, what if I was wrong the entire time? What if I'm an idiot? What if I'm a fool? But yeah, I hope you all have a good time over there. I will see you all next week. Hopefully, I remember to make a schedule. In fact, I will look into the games that I have right after the stream is over. So, I hope you all had a good time. I'll see you all next week. And that will be it for me today. Yeah. Bye, everybody. Go raid, go raid, go raid, go raid, go raid. Go raid and do that.